Good morning, everyone. I have a doozy of a situation to deal with this morning. I woke up to a fabulous one-star Google review, and I know that getting bad feedback from clients is one of our biggest fears as business owners. So, as hard as this is to deal with, I thought that this would be a good opportunity to make a YouTube video for you guys as I deal with this. It's currently 9 o'clock in the morning. The review was posted at 5:30 this morning. I woke up at 7. It was the first thing that I saw when I woke up. And, one of the biggest pieces of advice that I could ever give anyone when you get bad feedback is to give yourself some time to calm down. Don't just reply right away while you're still hot-headed and your blood is boiling. So I've given myself about 2 hours since reading the review, and now I'm starting to formulate my response. I'm getting ready to call her and see if we can come to some kind of common ground and rectify this situation. But I posted a video here on the YouTube channel about 2 years ago talking about how to deal with negative feedback. And I have to say that those talking points and making that video is very different when you're not dealing with a bad review. When you are actually dealing with it and actually in the weeds of it, it feels different and it hurts. My heart feels like it's about to beat out of my chest right now. My blood has been boiling all morning. As I think about how I'm going to approach this conversation with her, I'm reminding myself that we cannot make every client happy. That's never possible for any business. And we may not be able to save the relationship with this client. And I'm not going to go into this conversation wanting her to use us again. But what I do need is for this review to be taken down. So, what do I have to do as the business owner to make that happen? I've already looked at her previous invoice and decided that if offering her a full refund will get her to take down the review, then I will do that. It will hurt our profit margin for this month because it was a rather large invoice that we have already paid our team for, and etc., etc. But that is a loss that I'm willing to take to get this review down. But then I just have to remind myself to not be combative when I go into this conversation with this lady. That is, I'm an Aries and I get very defensive and combative when people attack my business. My business is my baby, and I am kind of a mama bear when it comes to this kind of stuff. And especially when people are just saying outrageous lies publicly about us, my first reaction is to reach through the phone and fight. And I have to remind myself that that is not allowed in this situation. And I'm reminding myself, you know, if I was an employee and working for myself, how would I want them to handle this situation? So I'm not going to read you the entire review, but one of the statements in this review is that this business does not care that my dogs end up in a crate for 20 hours, if not more. She said that, however, she only booked 2 visits a day. She only booked a morning visit and an evening visit each day for a 9-day vacation, and we literally begged her to book more time. Actually, in our last team meeting, the 2 team members that covered this client both said that they don't want to do this client ever again because going to the visits made them feel so depressed because they felt so bad for the dogs not getting more time. But here she is on Google saying that we don't care when we literally begged her to book more visits and she refused. And then she goes on later in the review to say that she's already found another pet sitter on Nextdoor that only charges $65 for a 12-hour overnight, which is just outrageous on multiple different levels. Anybody that's ever watched any of my YouTube videos know how seriously I take pricing. And if you are a pet sitter out there and you are only charging $65 for a 12-hour overnight, call me and we will talk about pricing strategy because that is not a sustainable business model. That is half of minimum wage. If you are working for 12 hours and you're getting paid $65, that is $5.40 an hour. Minimum wage in our area is $11 an hour. So it would be illegal for you to work for only $5.40 an hour because that's half of minimum wage. That's illegal to work for less than minimum wage. That's point A. Point B is even if it was legal, it's not sustainable. You cannot run a business and be a full-time pet sitter if you're making half of minimum wage. That's just not sustainable. And then point C is that it's just flat out not fair. Even if it was legal and even if it was sustainable, it's not fair to yourself to only be working $5.40 an hour. And here this woman is, she saw our prices on our website. They're posted publicly for anyone to see. She chose to sign up for our services. She's used us 4 different times in the last year and has never complained about anything. And here she is on the Google review bragging about illegally paying someone half of minimum wage. Just bonkers. I can't even wrap my mind around this, but I have to go into this conversation with her calmly and collected. So try not to get myself too worked up here. I'm going to call her right now and then I will get back here on the video and let you know how that phone call went. Okay, so I just called her and it went straight to voicemail, so I left her a message and I basically just apologized for her not being happy and told her that I would love to get on the phone with her to talk about the details of this situation and find a way to rectify this for everyone. And then I followed that up with a time to pet message, basically just reiterating the same thing. And now we wait. You know, hopefully she'll call me back and we can get this review taken down. And then in the meantime, you know, my team members are seeing these time to pet messages, and both of the team members that have been to this lady's house have actually texted me within the last couple of minutes saying just how bad they felt for the dogs, and that they both told her, both of the pet sitters told her in person that she needed to book more visits, and she refused. And she was totally comfortable when they discussed the prices in the meet and greet. So it's just absurd from every angle, but I will keep you updated. Alright, it's now 1 o'clock in the afternoon and she has not called me back and she has not replied to my message on Time to Pet. So I just called her again, left her another voicemail, and sent her another message on Time to Pet. Alright, so it's now day 2 of me trying to deal with this bad review. You'll have to excuse my beautiful hair. I literally just woke up and tried to call her again. Which means that in the last 24 hours, I have called her 4 different times, left 4 voicemails, and sent her 5 messages on Time to Pet. So overall, that is 9 different times of trying to contact her and have a conversation about this. She's not responded to anything, and I can tell that she's declining my calls because it rings like, sometimes it'll ring once and then goes to voicemail. Sometimes it rings twice and goes to voicemail. So I know she's just hitting the red button. And the me side of me, the personal side of me, says drive to her house, stand at the front door until she has a conversation. Keep calling, show up at her workplace. That's the crazy me side of me. But then I have to take a step back from that and remind myself that I am a business owner and that kind of behavior is not allowed when you own a business, which is easier said than done sometimes. So again, if any of you guys watching this video have ever dealt with a situation like this, I'm sure you know what this feels like. You're not alone. And because I have tried to contact her so many times, I think that if I keep trying to contact her, it will be too much. I will be pushing the envelope too much. So I guess I'm just not going to contact her again, and I will write a public response to the review on Google so that people can see my side of the story. And hopefully she'll contact me, but at this point I'm assuming that she will not contact me, and that I will just have to live with this. And again, that's just part of being a business owner. It's not all rainbows and kittens and puppies. You know, sometimes there's bad crap that we've just got to live with. But yeah, I just hope that this gives you an insight into what it's really like to own a business. Like I said, it's not a fun time, but that's the point of these vlogs that I post every Sunday, is to show you what it's really like to own a business. And with that, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you stay up to date with my trials and tribulations as a business owner. And I'm Doug the Dog Guy, reminding you to stay positive. I'm reminding myself of that this week. So, hey.